Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my February favorites for you. And I do have a decent amount of things in front of me, so I'm kind of just going to get started because, as you all know, otherwise I will ramble on forever. So here we go. The first thing I am going to start with is my only skincare item. And this last month I don't know what happened to my skin. I do have eczema and psoriasis, and I felt like I was having like an attack of both. Like they were like fighting each other on my face, and I don't know if it was stress, because there's been a lot of that this month. I don't know what it could have been, but it was awful, and I felt like I couldn't film any tutorial type videos for a while because my skin was so bad. So I was scrambling trying to figure out something that would help my skin, and one thing that I noticed was it was so dry, which is not normally a problem for me. I have combo skin, generally leaning towards the side of oily, so you know, even in the middle of winter like we are now, I don't normally get dry patches. So this is kind of a brand new thing for me. So I had gotten a thing from Sephora that had a bunch of moisturizing slash hydrating items in it, and I thought, what better way to start using them than right now, because I do know that my skin is dehydrated if it's not dry. I wouldn't say my skin is dry by any means, but it is dehydrated. So I had a sample of this, and this is the Belif, the True Cream, and it's supposed to hold in moisture for 24 hours or whatever. I used this morning and night, and what I really noticed was I really loved the way it sank into my skin. I didn't feel like a grease pit, because I was really worried about trying some of these because, again, I do have oily combo skin, so putting something ultra hydrating on that can be a disaster. So I was nervous, but this feels so nice on your skin, and it, like I said, it sinks in really nicely. I could wear it under makeup and it was totally fine. And it, within a week, my skin looked like 100% better. So this has been amazing. I went and got the full size once I ran out of the little sample size I had. And while I hate that it's in a jar, it's the worst packaging of all time for skincare products, I do love the product, and I think I'm going to get an airless pump from Amazon and just transfer everything in there, which, I mean, the damage is already done from opening the jar and all that, but at least it's more hygienic to me. And it's something that I can reuse in the future. But this has been amazing for my skin, and I think that, you know, its big thing is really that it's hydrating. So even if you have super oily skin or super dry skin, I think this would hydrate your skin very well. I think if you have dry skin, you might need something more heavy duty at night, just because, like I said, this worked amazingly for me both day and night. So I feel like if you have really dry skin, you might need something else at night, but this during the day is amazing. The next thing I want to talk about is foundation, and this is going to come as no surprise to you because it is the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation Concentrate. And I have one caveat now, because I sang its praises in my review video, and I'll link that below if you would like to see it, about how amazing this was and there was no cons and blah blah blah. There's one con, and that is somehow this still gets to be so gross. I don't know how this happens. Like, I thought at first when this started getting dirty that I was running the stick along the side of the bottle when I was closing it, but I wasn't, because I made it a point to clean it off and then not do that. You know, I paid really good attention to when I was doing that. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's like every time you open and close it now, for me, some of it seeps out. So I've been keeping it shut and just running my brush along the outside to try to not waste product, because this is expensive. Again, it's still an amazing foundation. I still love it for what it is. You know, I love everything else about it, but I do hate that this gets so messy and I feel like I'm wasting product, and it's really hard to just keep clean, which I hate. But other than that, how it performs, what it does, everything else on your skin is amazing. So even with that, highly recommend. Just, they need to change the packaging on this, and maybe they will. That would be great. The next things I want to talk about are brushes, and the first one I want to talk about is the brush I apply that foundation with, and that is the Royal & Langnickel Stippling BMO 251 brush, I believe. Yes, 251 brush. And this, I wasn't sure what I was going to think of this because it's relatively small for my face, but I love this, and you can tell because it's very dirty. I need to wash it. I'm going to wash my brushes right after this. So every brush I'm going to show you is dirty, but I use this every single day, no matter what kind of foundation I'm putting on. It's replaced all my other foundation brushes. I love this. I might get another one. And it was like $4 or something ridiculous. So inexpensive. It cleans up so nicely. It doesn't shed. It doesn't make anything streaky. I can put all kinds of different foundations on with this brush. It's amazing. And I'm going to keep waving all these brushes around as I talk to them because that's who I am as a person and I can't help it. But the duo fiber is really nice. It's super soft. It's held up through weekly washings. I've had them for more than a month now, and I love this brush. And if you get a chance to try Royal & Langnickel, totally do it. They have inexpensive brushes in the first place, but they also, from what I have seen, often have sales. Over Valentine's Day, all the pink and red brushes were like 50% off. Like I said, this brush is like ridiculously inexpensive already, so yeah, super great, super great. Love this brush. The next brush I want to talk about, like, I don't know who I am anymore, basically, because for the longest time, you were not going to ever convince me to ever blend out concealer ever with a brush ever. And I don't know what made me try this little stippling brush by Real Techniques. It's the contour brush that comes in the stippling brush set. I don't know why I tried it. I think I tried it because I had forgotten to wet my beauty blender and was feeling ultra lazy that day, but I have not used my beauty blender at all since I started using this. It's amazing at blending out my concealer, and my thing for using my beauty blender was I felt like if I tried to put powder on my concealer with a brush, it went crazy throughout the day and would get really cakey or separate or, you know, settle into lines or whatever. And so what I'll do is I will blend out my concealer and then I will tap powder on with the same brush right over it, and it has been amazing. I have been loving every second of it. I don't notice a difference at all. I actually think I have been enjoying the way my under eyes look more using a brush than I did using the beauty blender, and I feel like a traitor. I don't know. But yeah, this has been amazing. I know this, you know, you can only get this in a set, but I think it's totally worth it. I do use the other two brushes that came in the set as well. One's a big powder face brush and the other one is an eye brush, and I love them both, but this one especially. The next things I want to talk about are eyeshadow palettes, and they are the CoverGirl TruBlend palettes. I have all three, but these are the only two I've tried so far, and I'm super impressed by them. I had kind of given up on drugstore eyeshadow palettes because they all kind of sucked up until this point, and then I saw a bunch of people raving about these and I was like, okay, I'm on a buying ban, but of course I'll spend $30 buying all three of these. That's totally fine. So I got these, and the roses one was the first one that I used, and I really enjoy the pigmentation of these. I enjoy how they blend. I haven't found a dud color yet in either of the two palettes that I've tried, and you know, I've seen other people use the lighter colors for cheek highlights and everything. I haven't done that yet, but I'm sure I could. I've just been really impressed with these. There isn't a shadow yet that the pigmentation has been lacking in comparison to the others. It seems like the formula is pretty even across the board, which is like unheard of for drugstore eyeshadow palettes. So I think these are worth the $10 you would spend on them. Okay, so this next thing is another extension of I don't know who I am as a person anymore, because forever, basically, I have been not this person, and anytime in the group we've talked about brows, I've been like, I don't like powder. I don't like powder. I don't like this. I hate the way powder looks. I don't think it looks good on people if you need like a crisp line. I don't think you can do it, blah blah. And yet here I am with a brow powder in my favorites, and it's the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Prep and Shape Brow Kit. It comes with a wax and a powder, and I think maybe that was my issue before, is I was only using the powder straight on my brows, and I was like, this doesn't stick. Who would do this? Like, I don't understand. And so I saw this and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna try it. Like, I'm gonna take the plunge, I'm gonna try it, probably gonna hate it, and I'll put it as an unfavorite or whatever. No, it's what I have in my brows today. It's what I've had in my brows in almost every video this month. I don't understand. I, again, feel like a traitor. I feel like I've been a completely uninformed person up until now, but I love the way that the wax holds the product. I put it on with my Anastasia number 12 brush, and I do the wax first, and I do one brow at a time. I do the wax first, and then I do the powder, and then I do the wax and the powder on the other eye, and I have just been loving it. I even find now that when I do my brows at work with my pencil, I feel like they're too harsh. Like, I don't know. But I've been loving this, and I will probably repurchase this if I ever go through it, because I've been loving it. If you do get the opportunity to try this, or even, I'm sure a duo like this that has the wax and then the powder, try it. I'm a convert. If I can be a convert with how against powder I am, you probably would like this. It did come with a little brush and little tweezers, but they're worthless, so I did not keep them. The brush was too wide for my brows, because regardless, I still like a crisp line. I don't like it to be weird. My brows are too dark for that. This is the dark one, also, I should mention that. But yeah, I'm not gonna ramble on anymore about this, but try it. The next thing I want to talk about is the blush that I have been wearing, again, like almost every day, and it is the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in Pink Champagne. And this has been featured in a couple of videos this month. It's something that I find to just be super easy to throw on every day. It's not a blush I have to worry about clashing with any of the looks that I'm wearing. I'm not wearing it today, but it's just a great, for my skin tone, neutral blush that I think is beautiful. It's really, I can't stop saying really great, but it is really great. So, and again, this is like $2, so if you have the opportunity to try this, totally do it. Okay, finishing up my powder selection for this video, the next thing I want to talk about is this Kevyn Aucoin book, The Art of Contouring book. I was on Sephora after Christmas, because after Christmas Sephora had an additional 20% off sale items sale. So I was in the sale section and I saw this, and you get 4 shadows, a highlighter, and a bronzer. And I have been wanting to try Kevyn Aucoin stuff for basically ever, but it's expensive. It totally is. This was on sale for 40 bucks, and then I had a, you know, the 20% off after that. It comes with the medium sculpting powder, which is like a cult classic favorite, and then the celestial powder and candlelight, which again is like a cult favorite. And these are really generous sizes for what they are. A brush fits in these just fine, and I think they're both beautiful. And I have used all these colors for eyeshadow, and they're amazing. And this as a highlight is also beautiful. So I think in terms of the size of the product you get and what you get, that the $40 sale price is a great price for this, and it's still on sale now. And you know, I think it's something that is worth picking up if you can. If you wanted to ever try Kevyn Aucoin, this is a great way to try a lot of things for not a super expensive price, because $40 for this is less than you'd pay for either of the 2 bottom things, you know? So yeah, I think this is definitely amazing. Okay, last couple things. The first thing I want to talk about is the Thrive Cosmetics Lash Glue, and I had been wanting to try this since I heard about this company, and this company is kind of amazing. They specialize in sending beauty products to cancer patients. So when you purchase anything from them, they send that thing as well to a cancer patient. So for me, I purchased lashes and the lash glue, so they also sent a pair of lashes and a bottle of lash glue to someone who is going through chemotherapy and has lost all their hair and still wants to feel like a person. You know, I think me being who I am, wanting to wear makeup and stuff all the time, if I ever was in that position where I needed to have chemotherapy and lost all my hair and my lashes, like, I would feel like so much not myself, because it's something that I love to do. And even though I wear false lashes all the time and whatever, day to day I don't, and I would feel day to day not myself. So the fact that they do this, which I think people don't really think about unless you're going through it or know someone who's gone through it, how important it is to feel like a human when you're going through that. And for someone who is going through whatever kind of cancer and maybe is into makeup or whatever, or isn't but starts to feel like they should have been, maybe, you know, this is amazing. And they have a bunch of different lash products. They have a dark glue, I believe, I might be lying, I hope I'm not. They have brow products and they have eyeliner as well. And the prices, like this, I think is a perfect dupe for the House of Lashes lash glue. It's more expensive, but I'm willing to pay the more expensive price for what they do, you know, to give back like that. I think it's a great cause. I will link them below. They've been linked below in most of my videos because I've been using the lash glue, but I'm happy to be able to support this and to pay the extra money to support this cause, because I just think it's great. The last thing, again, you will have seen in like every video because I can't stop wearing it. I'm wearing it today, and it is Fanny Pack by ColourPop. And this is technically a face highlighter, but I've been using it as an inner corner highlighter in my eyes, on my eye area, and it's just so bright and I love it. Like, I will put this on the inner corner of my eyes if I'm not wearing anything else, because I just think it brightens up your face so nicely. And I'm sorry I keep looking at the mirror, but I just think it looks amazing, and I think it pulls every look together. And I am not a brow bone highlight person, especially a shimmery brow bone highlight person. So if I'm gonna do a shimmery highlight on my eyes, it's in the inner corner, and I just think this is like the perfect, super bright, just bam, eye highlight. I'm sure they have a similar regular eyeshadow that's cheaper, but I think this is great. The fact that you get so much product, I like never ever go through this, and I love it. Okay, last two things I want to talk about are lipsticks, and they're both liquid lipsticks, and I'm sure you can guess which one, at least one of these is. And so I'll talk about that one first because I used it in a video already, and it's the Anastasia liquid lipstick in Potion. And I am not going to lie, there are certain things that like I would have bought sooner or wait to buy in general because they're not a Sephora, and I want the points and I want the 2-day shipping and all that. But so when Anastasia finally brought some of these shades to Sephora, I was all over that, and I have 4 of them now. And this is by far my favorite, though I do find now with the formulas they're releasing, they seem to be pretty even across the board. I know that when they first came out, the lighter colors were not so good, and I have not noticed that because I have 2 lighter colors now, and I have not noticed that with those where you get like the weird ring around the inside of your mouth. I haven't noticed that. So this one's definitely my favorite. I didn't realize until this year that I was going to be so into the super dark vampy lip, but I am, and this is like the epitome of that. I love it. I do want to get the black one and be that person. I don't know why, but I really do. I want it. Yeah, I love the formula of these. They aren't super drying. They do transfer, but they aren't messy on my lips, because that's one thing that if I had to choose between like the old ColourPop formula and this formula, part of me wants to choose the old ColourPop formula, even though it's not as comfortable, because I know that I could like touch all over my face and be fine. The last one is the color I'm wearing today, and it is Lumiere 2 by ColourPop and Kathleenlights. And basically when it comes to ColourPop, Kathleenlights can do no wrong, and I love everything she puts out. I don't know now if it never had it or if it's just this is an issue that this has, but the entire label is not on this. Like, there's nothing that says ColourPop, there's nothing that says anything, and that's never happened to any of my other ColourPop Ultra Mattes before. I have been carrying this around in my purse, but it's still odd to me that there's literally nothing left on there. So I don't know if it just never had it. I don't know, but I love the color. I love the formulation. I know she did not like the original Ultra Matte. She thought they were too uncomfortable and she didn't like that. This formula is different. And I know that she said that if you order the first wave of colors, even now, the formula is still the same. But if you order any of the colors that have come out since that first wave, the formula is different, and this is that different formula. It is not as transfer proof. I can't like kiss with this like I could with the other ones. It's not a huge issue with this one, but it's just something I noticed. It's something that I noticed transfers to my coffee cup much more than the other one, but I love the color. It's one that I can wear all day and not feel it. It's one that I can wear all day and not worry about as well. So yeah, but that is it. That is all of my favorites for the month of February. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I would love to hear what your favorites and unfavorites have been for this month as well. If you have any suggestions for me, let me know in the description bar. Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you are at, and please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in a few days. Bye everyone.